Good day, everyone. My topic for today is about Philippine Constitution and its rights to the people. Every state has had a constitution of some kind, whether it could be elaborate document or just a collection of rules. It is inconceivable how a state could exist or survive without a constitution of some form. The foundation of the system of government of the Philippines is the Constitution. Constitution, in its word sense, the term Constitution refers to the body of rules and principles in accordance with which the power of sovereignty is regularly exercised. From the word Constitution, it is not uh, from the word Constitution itself, it's not a power in the traditional sense, but it is the source of power of a constitutional system. In its, it is the fundamental legal document that establishes the framework of government, defines the distribution of powers among branches of government, and protects the rights of citizens. Uh, Constitution relates to power from source of authority to limits of power, empower citizen, framework for government, or is also one example. From the word cons- cons- constitution, which means fixed, established, or settled. Then, Constitution defined by Justin Miller U.S. Supreme Court. Constitution is the written instrument, document by which the fundamental power of governments are established, limited, and defined, and by which those powers are distributed among several departments for the safe and useful exercises for the benefit of the body politics. What are the different kinds of laws made by the government? First, the national laws implemented throughout the country drafted by the Congress, also called as Republic. Example of the national laws are first tax laws. Tax laws are the rules and regulations established by government to define how individual businesses and other entities are taxed. These laws determine the types of taxes collected, the rates and which they are levied, and to procedure of compliance. Example of taxes: income tax, where individual or corporate earnings, it may have progressive or flat rates depending on the jurisdiction. Sales tax, consumption tax imposed on goods or services at, at points of sales. Property tax based on the value of real estate or other property, and many other taxes. These are examples. Second, local government code. Local government code example in legislative. Local government code is a legislative framework that governs the creation, organization, power, function, and responsibilities of the government units or LGUs in a country. It empowers LGUs to efficiently provide services to the communities while promoting local autonomy. And the specific provision of the local government vary by country, but its general purpose is consistent across jurisdiction. Um, uh, National laws, other laws implemented through the country, international laws. International laws are a set of rules, norms, and standards generally accepted in relations between nations. They are designed to govern interactions among states, individuals, and organizations, and multinational entities. The purpose of international laws is to promote peace, security, and cooperation, and to address global issues such as human rights, trade, environmental protection, and conflict relationship. Laws coming from the president. In the context of national governance, laws of or legal the directives coming from the presidents can take several forms and depending on the political system. International laws, laws coming from the president, laws enacted by the Supreme Court, ordinance passed by the local government bodies and province, towns, cities, implemented in LGUs because they are important to communities. Example, change in street name, color coding, example in Metro Manila. Then barangay orders passed by Sangguniang Barangay, implemented in barangays, usually related to cleanliness, peace and orders. Example of barangay orders, prohibiting noisy vehicles, so yung mga motor nga, saba, ana. Designated a place where trash is thrown, hindi ka patakag lawig basura, sample na. Then the Philippine Constitution, these are from the Philippine Constitution, national laws, international treaties and agreement, then administrative insurance to implement national laws, and last to the lower the ordinance by the local government units ng mga barangay dapat. Nature and purpose serve as the supreme of the Philippine laws. It is the charter creating the government. It is the binding to all individual citizens and all organs of the governments. It is the law to which all other laws must conform. It is the test of legality of all government action. Second, establish the basic framework and the underlying principles of the government. Prescribe the permanent framework of the system of government and assign to the different department of branches their respective power and duties. Article 1. To establish certain basic principle on which the government is founded. So, the preamble, Article 1, designed to preserve and protect the rights of every citizen against the power of the state. Article 3. Constitutional law. It is defined as the branches of public law which deals with the Constitution, their nature, formation, amendment, and interpretation. It is also the law embodied in the Constitution as well as the principle of growing out of the interpretation and application made by the courts, especially the Supreme Court. As constitutional law is the body of law that defines the structure, function, and powers of government institution and outlines the fundamental rights and duties of individuals. It forms the foundation of the national legal and political framework and governs the relationship between the state and its citizen. Typology of the Constitution may be classified as follows. First, the origin of as to origin and history. Conventional or enacted. It's a constitution that has been deliberately and formally created by a specific body or authority such as Constitutional Assembly, Convention, or Commission. It is usually written down in a single document and designed to serve to a supreme law of the land. Cumulative and evolvement. Is one that develops over time, shaped by customs, traditions, judicial decision, and legislative enactments rather than being deliberately drafted or formally enacted by specific body. The written constitution is a formal codified document that outlines the fundamental laws, principles, structure, and process of governments. It is a single authoritative text that clearly sets out the rights and duties of the citizens, the power of government institutions, and the procedures for governance. Unwritten constitution refers to the constitution that is not codified in a single formal document. Instead, it is composed of combinations of statutes, judicial decisions, historical documents, and conventions, custom, and practices that are not legally enforced but are widely accepted. A rigid or inelastic constitution refers to the constitution that is difficult to amend or change. So, this process are for making amendments is usually more complicated and requires more formal procedures such as supermajorities in the legislative or approval by a special body, referendum, or constituent assembly. This makes it less flexible and less responsive to change in society or governance. Flexible or elastic, easy to amend. The amendment process is relatively simple, often requiring a majority vote in the legislature or another body without the need of complex procedure of supreme majorities. Uh, it allows the constitution to evolve quickly in response to the change in society. How will we classify the 1987 Constitution? The the 1987 Philippine Constitution is thus a convention enacted, written, and rigid and elastic constitution. According to origin, Convention of Constitution, it was enacted by a constitutional convention established by the President Corazon Aquino in 1986 to draft a replacement for the 1973 Constitution. Pros and cons of a written constitution. Uh, it has uh, it has the advantage of clearness and definiteness over an unwritten one. Since the written constitution is binding document, the right of the citizen is more secured. A written constitution is a formal codified document that clearly outlines the structure of government, the distribution of powers, and the rights of and responsibilities of the citizen. This reduces ambiguity and helps prevent misunderstanding or arbitrary interpretation of laws and government function. Since it is documented, citizens and government officials can easily reference and adhere to its rules, promoting certainty protections of citizens' rights. Written constitution typically include a bill of rights or similar section that specifically protects the fundamental of rights of the citizen. Its disadvantage lies in difficulty of amendment. This prevents the immediate introduction of needed reform and may thereby retard the help. healthy growth and progressive of the state. Uh, Written constitutions are often rigid, meaning they encode complex procedure for amendment. This makes it difficult to adapt the constitution to changing societal needs, emerging issues, or new challenges. In terms of urgent reform, this rigidity can delay necessary changes or innovations, preventing a government from responding effectively to evolving conditions. And the process of amending a written constitution usually requires a supermajority or approval by the multiple branches of government, which can make it politically challenging to introduce necessary reform reforms. This may result in outdated provisions remaining in place, hindering progress. In conclusion, while a written constitution offers clearly and legally security and a safeguard for individual rights, its difficulty in being amended and hindered timely reforms and adaptation, potentially slowing down a state growth and responsiveness. So requisites of a good written constitution. Uh, brief, cons- brief, because it is constitution is too detailed, it could lose an advantage on fundamental law. It will never be understood by the public world because a statement of the power and functions of government and the relations between the governing body and the governed requires that it be as comprehensive as possible, definite, because otherwise the application of its provision to concrete situation may prove unduly difficult and not impossible. Constitution of the Republic of the Philippines 1935, Constitution 1935, ratified on May 14, 1935, features establish the government establish the Commonwealth government, provide a democratic and republican government, inclusion of Bill of Rights. Second, the 1973 Constitution ratified on January 1973 established a modified parliamentary government suspension of Bill of Rights has given greater power to executive department. Then the 1987 Constitution ratified on February 2, 1987, uh, reinstitution of democratic government, separation of church and state, sovereignty of the people, renunciation of power as a national policy, supremacy of civilian authority over the military, separation of power. Then principles, the 1987 Constitution, the Constitution of the Republic of the Philippines, the preamble, from Latin preambulare, which means to walk before. It is the introduction of the main subject. It is the prologue of Constitution. Preamble purpose and value. It sets down the origin and purpose of the Constitution. May serve as an aid in its interpretation. Note the preamble has no legal implication. That's the preamble. Uh, Preamble. The preamble is an introductory statement or the section that the beginning of a document, especially a constitution, that outlines the purpose, principle, and goals of the document. It sets the tone and provide context for the content that followed. For example, for example, uh, oh, the Constitution begins with "We the sovereign Filipino people," indicating the authority of the government derives from the people and outlining the aims of the Constitution. So, Article 1, National Territory; Article 2, Declaration of Principle and State Policy; Article 3, Bill of Rights; Article 4, Citizenship; and Article 5, Suffrage; Article 6, Legislative Department; Article 7, Executive Department; Article 8, Judicial Department; Article 9, Constitutional Commission; Article 10, Local Government; Article 11, Accountability of the Public Officers; Article 12, National Economy and Patrimony; Article 13, Social Justice and Human Rights; Article 14, Education, Science and Technology, Arts, Culture and Sports; Article 15, Family; Article 16, General Provision; Article 17, Amendments of Revisions; Article 18, Transitory Provisional. So Article 1 defines the geographical boundaries of the country. Article 2, Declaration of Principle and State Policy, outlines the core principle and policies that guides the action of the states, including sovereignty, democracy, and the rule of law. And Article 3, Bill of Rights, guarantees individual rights and freedom, such as freedom of speech, due process, and protection from discrimination. Article 4, Citizenship, defines who are citizens of the country and how one acquires or loses citizenship. Article 5, Suffrage, explain the right to vote, the qualifications for voters, and the conditions under which suffrage can be exercised. Article 6, Legislative Department, establish the legislative body sa mga Congress, its power structure and the process of making laws. Article 7, Executive Departments, define the powers and duties of the presidents and the executive branch of the government. Article 8, Department, describe the judiciary rules in interpreting laws, ensuring justice and its independence from other branches. Article 9, Constitutional Commission, established independent bodies tasked with overseeing the civil service and election or auditing. Article 10, Local Government, details the organization and the power of local government and their relationship with the national government. Article 11, accountability of the public officers, holds public officials accountable for their actions, ensuring the transparency and integrity of the government. National economy and patrimony outlines policies related to economy, natural resources, and the national patrimony, country's wealth. Article 13, social justice and human rights, focus on promoting social justice, promoting human rights, and addressing inequality. Article 14, education and science, technology and arts, culture and sports, ensures the development of education, promote science and technology in sports, cultural and traditional pursuits. Article 15, the family, recognition to the family as recognize the family as the foundation of society and emphasizing the protection and support. Article 16, general provision, covers various other general provisions necessary for the effective governance and functioning of the state. Article 17, amendments of revisions provide the process which the Constitution can be amended or revised. Transitory provision contains temporary provision to guide the transition during the implementation of the Constitution. So these articles, together with the framework for government's rights and responsibilities in the Philippines. Thank you.